What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Look at that. Oh no! I was like 5 seconds late. Was I 5 seconds late? Oh man. Yeah, I was like 5 seconds late. This is stupid. I thought I had it, guys. I thought I was on time. Alright, anyway. Let's get things started. Nice and quick. I don't know exactly what I want to say, but let me see. Oh, you know what? I think I know what. I think I can dig up a tweet for us. Hang on, though. I want to. I want to check something first. Sorry guys, bear with me for just a second here. Okay. Alright. We're good to go now. Alright, Nick, sending over a buck with a banana. Nick, you're gonna need that banana. I hope it's a frozen banana that you could put on your face after I do this. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it, man. Did I get it my first slap? You did indeed. You did indeed. Victor, first one here, followed by a Dragon Dagger saying Hollywood. What's up? Let me get a tweet out though before we continue. Dearest at Marvel Champions, of course. Who else would it be at? Duh. I dedicate this tweet to the only warbound podcast the only warbound player to ever host a bazillion podcasts. Dragon. Yes. No. Did I get this tweet to the only warbound player to ever host a bazillion podcast? Good luck with your upcoming Jubilee grind. Alright, tweet! Alright. Yo, BG, I roped Clobs into Room 1 incursions. Alright, Karate Mike, sounds good, dude. Sounds good, man. Time to stop farming pots and time to grind out some tier 1 alpha. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, dude, you just reminded me. So what's the verdict, man? I didn't I didn't actually check the side event quest. Do I need to do the side event quest like right now before it resets tomorrow or something like that? What is the deal there? Hold on, let me go check the forums. Does it say on the forums? What's up, Hobbit? How you doing, bud? So expecting 30 mil cutoff for 5-star pig? Yeah, I don't expect that cutoff to change too much. I mean, it's a rough estimate as always. So please, you know, go higher if you want the champion. Yes, BG. Wait, I forgot exactly how I asked the question, how I phrased it. Does that mean I need to do this tonight? Tonight. Call me Quacker sent it over to saying, so, my good sir, I think you know what time it is. Oh, no. Okay, listen. I tried to go to the store, and I got there too late, and they were closed, and I was pissed, and I have to go back. But I was going to get some bananas. But they were freaking closed, man. That's what happens when you play video games all night. And then you try to go to the store afterwards. I just didn't make it in time. I was so upset. There was another guy who also didn't make it in time. We were just out there talking for a little bit. It's like, damn, man. These stores used to be open 24 hours a day, pre-COVID. Miss it. So do I have to send them? No. I got this, man. I got this. Check back in 2 more days. Give me 2 more days. Wait, no, you're good. You can wait. Yes, really quickly. Oh, man. All right. Hold on a sec. I pull up this, what is the side quest? Castle Raid of Doom. That's what it is, right? But gee, I'm going to start taking after you and start riding my bike to work. All right, Taylor Boss. Tested out today to see how I could handle it. It's about 3 miles one way and wasn't too bad. Hoping to get in shape. Nice, dude. Yeah, it's not too bad at all, man. That's not too bad. Dude, it will definitely help a lot. I can tell you from experience. From first-hand experience. BG, what on earth are those cutoffs? What you doing, man? Identical cutoffs? Lacking originality. Dragon. They were so close to one another in the results. I had to make them the same. Okay. Quest unlock per week. Get gate key from solo objectives, optional. Use gate key to choose path in quest or be put on random path to earn rewards. Week 5 is a spare week for you to finish all content. So that does mean that we could just... I forgot how I phrased it. When people said yes, I didn't know if that was a yes to I could save it or yes that I need to do it now. So... help me out here, guys. Everyone that said yes. I know there was at least 1 or 2 answers that said, yeah, you're good, you could wait. Easy said, do them now, save your key. Oh, goodness. You know what? I'm just not going to do this event. I don't care. I need some tier 1 alphas. And I know there's plenty of tier 1 alphas in there, more than I can get from the arena. But you know what? I also need the tier 1 alphas from the arena. I'll worry about the side event later. I ain't worried about it now. Let's get to it. You do it all the last day BG style? Okay. I'm gonna trust you guys. It says 7 per week per difficulty. It's really quick. I'd do it now. Here's what I'm gonna do. I would like to record it just so that I can group them all up for a nice like recap video in case people are curious what I got from the event. So I think after the stream tonight, I'm just gonna do them and I'm gonna record it and I'll bank it the video. And I'll save it until I do all the events, and then I'll do it mass rank up style, which also means it's not going to come out until 4 months from now, when the content's no longer relevant. Probably. You can save them. You just get to enter each only 7 times. It's not per week. Okay. All right. Oh, static set 05 as well. Saying BG, you get 7 entries per week. Each week you get a key. The key you can save, but the entries reset. So I do... my head's gonna explode. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do what I said before. Because I swear... that to me sounds different than what other people are saying, and I'm still not even sure. I'm just gonna do it after the stream. I've decided. That's it. But Static, what's up, man? Thank you for the 5, dude. Eric Nelson's and you know what about saying kinda Abido raid, his stream crashed. Oh no. Abido's stream crashed. RIP. That sucks. I saw he was doing the Grandmaster thing today. but I didn't get a chance to pop in there. But thanks for the half raid. Shout out to Abby Doe. Sucks about the stream crash. Let's get some low level 5 stars going. Excuse me. Hello, BG told me to be nice, easy. Yeah, be nice. What's going on? Shit, sending over a buck. Saying message retracted. Good message. Excellent message. I like it. In style. Oh, new dungeons are introduced each week. The current ones will still be there. Okay, okay. Alright. Either way, I'm just gonna do it after the stream. Okay. Shed, BG, there's a disturbance in the Twitter sphere. Okay. Let me see. Oh, wait, also someone didn't notice I dropped the U out of my Twitter. I did @dragon and that's what popped up. Son of a... Did you really drop that before I made my tweet? I just clicked on it. I didn't even type it all out. Oh, stupid Twitter. Alright, anyway. Shit. Let me see here. BG! A thing finally happened after months of waiting. I'm trying to get all the pieces. I finally got my last piece of my 5-star plat pool. Nice, man. Now I'm curious, what am I going to do with all these extra pieces? What extra pieces? Wow. You have a lot of extra pieces. Well, you're going to dupe them, of course. You're going to pull them again. Holy crap, man. You're ready. These are all the pieces that I have. Right here. And you're already starting the journey to the 6-star. Well, actually, that one came with the 6-star bundle, right? So I guess anyone who picks that up is starting with it. But nice, dude. Congrats on the plat pool. Maybe you could sell those on the black market. The black ice on market. Find a deal with Kabam. Oh, yes, I dropped it off shortly after the podcast. That's all I could promise. Okay. Well, damn it. I blame Twitter still. Easy. Sending over a buck. Saying brain and chat. Can I get through Tarax with Aegon and Quake, or do I need to figure out a way to get Namor onto my team? No, you could. Yeah, you could use Aegon with for the first fight, ramping up against Doom, and then you could use Quake for Tarax, and you're good. You do not need a Namor. I did like using Namor for 2 other fights. Was it just 2 other fights? I think it was just 2 other fights. One of them was Korg, but you can Quake Korg, I believe, right? Pretty sure. And then the other is what's his face? Killmonger, which, I mean, you could also Quake Killmonger if you set it up right. So you should be good either way. But there's also other options for that Namor regardless, so you wouldn't get stuck there anyway. Right now my team is Quake, Aegon, AA, Corvus, Fury. Who do I drop? I don't know if you really need... Do you need Corvus or Fury? To be honest, I don't know if you need either of those, champs. I mean, you could take them along for the ride, for sure, but... Honestly, like... Quake, Aegon, and AA covers so much ground, you could probably do the entire place with just those 3 champions. Maybe there's probably something I'm overlooking. Just because now it's been a few days since I looked at the fights, but... if I was gonna cut someone off the team, I would probably be cutting Corvus myself. The fight, they just have a lot of health, you know? And although I mean, he could totally do the fights. I think I'll leave Namor out, Corvus and Fury just raw damage dealers. And yeah, that's fair enough too. Yeah, I think you're fine, honestly, just with those 3. So Yasuo and Quake Korg. Yeah, I thought so. I was like 99% sure, but I didn't watch anyone's runs who included Quake, so I didn't know if there was some sort of limitation, but I was pretty certain of it. Esmir sending over 5. What's up, Esmir? Thank you, dude. Saying, oh, hi, BG. I just told my friend he can't let the dog drink out of the toilet anymore. He asked for 2 reasons. I told him number 1 and number 2. Okay. First off, I've seen dogs do a lot grosser things than that. Humans too, for that matter, which, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But boo, dude. Boo, man. Also, who puts Medusa with Black Bolt synergy in the arena? Come on, 6 Furies? That's a bit excessive. Now I have to do heavy attacks. Not anymore, though. Boo, Esmir. Boo. Juan Jr. sending over a buck. Juan, thank you very much. You see we're at... GG, you can actually get 7 tier 1 alphas in 1 rift attempt in the basic difficulty in the side quest. I got 14 tier 1 alphas by getting them in 2 of my rift attempts. Yeah, I've seen that. It seems like a botched thing because it's such an odd amount of tier 1 alpha fragments, right? I don't know if Kabam ever commented on it. I mean, I imagine it's too late for them to change it now. But I don't know if they ever commented on it. But it was quite puzzling, the amount of fragments they gave for tier 1 alpha. But I'm pumped to scoop those things up. I could use all the tier 1 alphas I could get. Jacob Paul, and Nova 5. Jacob, thank you very much, saying, who put MODOK in the arena? Not me. Definitely not me. I would never do that. Any auto block champions? No. Not me at all. Jacob, thank you, dude. Appreciate the 5, man. BG, how do fleas travel? They hitchhike. Okay, Shed. Thanks for the buck, dude. Boo, man. Eric Nelson sending over a buck as well, saying, BG, you know my roster pretty well, but as soon as the AQ cycle is over, I'm hopping back into 6.3 and going from 3 to 6. Any team path recommendation? Then your roster on Twitter if you need to. Kalo soon? Is that Colossus soon? Dude, I don't really remember those quests all that well, to be honest with you. I did a Legends run in 6.3, and not only was it a very long time ago that I did it, but I was also just going for speed rather than like trying to find the best counters for stuff. So yeah, I don't know if I could really help you too much. I did pop into Twitter real quick though, and I see Abby Doe saying, dang guys, I'm sorry I can't get my internets to reconnect right when I slapped on boost too. If I can get it working, I'll try to finish after I'm done tonight. Thanks for all hanging with me. Yeah, bummer. Abby Doe. Yeah, Eric, I see your tweet, but I literally don't know what to tell you, man. Yeah, I think you just gotta hop in there and find a path that looks nice and easy to you. And assemble the team. Get to it. Have some confidence in yourself. You made it this far. You can certainly continue onward in Act 6. Alright, let me sort these the other way now. Cloud of Contempt sending over a buck as well. Thank you, dude. Saying, sup, Glory, still rolling with the quarantine lack of haircut? Okay, I'm pretty sure that wasn't the message. I haven't played the game in like 14 days. What did I miss? Dude, 14 days? 83 champions have been buffed. 4 new pieces of content have come out. They abolished alliances entirely. They invented something that was pretty much just like alliances, but they're called I can't think of anything clever. They're just alliances. They're alliances 2.0. Damn it. Damn it. You hate that, man. You're like, oh, this could be a funny joke. I just need my brain to think of it, though. And then it didn't. Close. The new alliances are called butts. Ah! Hobbit, where were you 5 seconds ago when I needed that? Are there bases? No, still no bases. Those are coming soon. It's actually true. 4 pieces of content have come out. Gauntlet, Side Quest, Event Quest, and New Arena. Not to mention... No, that's it. I guess that's it, yeah. That's everything. But in 2 weeks... you haven't missed much. But, man. Can't even imagine not logging in for 2 whole weeks. Crazy. Think of all the energy. Yeah, the boss sending over a buck as well, saying giving out that many tier 1 alphas won't break the game. I mean, I didn't say it was going to break the game. I just said I don't know if it was intended or not. But yeah. Or wait, since we are going with animal jokes tonight, I'll take a lap in my bike. Was there an animal joke I missed? Because your last one was the tier 1 alphas. Was there one before that? What did the buffalo say to his child as they left for college? Bye, son. Okay. Now I see it. Yeah, get your bike, dude. Ew, man. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. A bison joke. Chad sent it over another buck as well, saying, BG, my roommate came over to me and was mad. He said, you've been drinking beer. I can smell it on your breath. I've never heard of a roommate saying this to another roommate. I replied, no, I've been eating frog legs. What you smell is the hops. Okay. You know what, guys? All of you, if you're even thinking about telling a joke, hold it and just go for the lap. Just boo yourselves and go for the freaking lap. Cause boo, man. All of you. I've noticed less crashes this month. Am I the only one? Yes. Because I certainly have not. I'm still crashing just as much. Went 2 hours earlier without logging in. Wait, no I didn't. I lied. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2 hours is about as most you could do. PG, thoughts on Scarlet Sigil taking 18 weeks to get the 6-star? Faster than I expected. I expected 6 months was my estimate. So 18 weeks, that is about a little over 4 weeks. Or I'm sorry, 4 months. So yeah, faster. Of course, I'm sure that's the for Thronebreaker players, right? I don't know what the the difference is between all the titles. Maybe on average it's 6 months or something like that. Dragons and number 2 saying, what's worse, the puns from chat or my roasting? Oh boy. Like, what is worse, getting shot in the foot or shot in the hand? I can't tell. It's really hard to... Which one of those is worse? Oh, man. No, I would actually say the puns are worse. Just because... The roasting I'm used to because, well, you guys have met my wife before, right? So... I'm used to that. The puns, awful. Side quest is pretty easy, just like last month and the last month and the last month. Colossus just rolls over it as usual. I gotta rank him up. I'm gonna rank up. I think I'm gonna take a champ to rank 3 tomorrow. And I think it's gonna be Cable though, instead of Colossus. Maybe Colossus will be next. Actually, no. Magneto will come before Colossus. What am I saying? But, yeah, eventually Colossus is going ranked up too. BG, would you rank 3 Dupe Cap Marvel or Venom? I have a lot of content to explore. Act 6, 7, Variants, Abyss, etc. I like Venom more than I like Cap Marvel. I think both champs are great. And this is a little bit of bias because I also don't have that much playtime with Cap Marvel. I have played the champ. I do like the champion. It's just Venom for me is one of those like irreplaceable champions, whereas Cap Marvel, she's great, but you can also fill in that role with other champs. And yeah, for me, Venom is one of a kind. So I would rather have Venom ranked up. And rocking Mole Man Incursion, so fun. I wanted Mole Man buffed as much as I want Karnak buffed. So rarely are your hopes met with such reward. Mole Man is so fun. I still haven't really played with the new Mole Man. I gotta do that. Okay, fair enough. Laura is the OG roaster. Noted. Yep. Cavalier takes 50% longer than Thronebreaker. Okay. That's not too bad. Yo, BG, why did the tortilla chips start dancing? Because they put on the salsa. Oh, Redwood. You disappoint me so. Boo, man. Actually, Mr. 87 sent over a book saying I would rather get shot in my foot because I already can't stand these jokes. Sending this while taking a lap. Those were crickets. And yet, I actually agree, though, because I really can't stand these jokes either. Shit, sending over another buck, saying, BG, you ever wondered why don't they put advertisements on the Hulk? I mean, come on, he's basically a giant banner. Okay. Guys, why? Why? Why do you do it? Huh? I just want to know why, man. These are all so bad. Ooh, dude. You can't be back from the lap that fast. There's no way. Yuki, sending over 3 of them Polish bucks. Sup, Yuki? Saying, Brian, did you know Hello was such a bad champ that buff became part of his name? What? Hello? Okay, God. As in Buffalo? Okay, dude. I'm gonna turn off the stream. I will turn the stream off right now and turn this thing around. I swear. These are terrible. Hey Brian, are you planning for the sigil to get the new Scarlet Witch? No. No, my account is 100% free to play. The sigil's a good deal in terms of most of the other offers in this game that you can get. So if you don't mind throwing a few bucks towards this game, I do recommend looking at the sigil compared to most offers. But for me, all of the offers are completely off limits unless they are unit based. So No sigil. Poor BG, he had to deal with my roasting for the better part of an hour and a half at my last podcast, and now to come here and be inundated with puns. So proud of chat tonight. By the way, I said I was going to make a tangent about the podcast. So, for those of you that missed it, tonight was Dragon's last podcast. Her last UMCOC podcast. And I don't want to make this about me, but I'm going to make this about me because that's what I felt like I was doing on the podcast. I feel like I'm the worst podcast guest ever. The whole time, like, here's what happened, guys. I tried to ask a question about, like, the hosts of the podcast. And I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I just know you guys as the podcast hosts. Like, how did you guys start this thing in the first place? And come to find out, that story was already told earlier. So I'm just like, you know, having you know, like I should have just showed up earlier. You know, all the people who listened to that part, then they had to listen to it again. Then there was something about the arena came up, the arena changes, and I tried to come off as like, oh, don't ask me. I blab on all the time already, so other people, please, other people answer this. And what I said, though, that's how I was trying to come off. And what I actually said was, oh, I already made a video about this, so if people really wanted to... Basically, I just advertised my YouTube channel instead of... And I thought about it afterwards. I'm like, you know what? I haven't listened to a ton of podcasts, but I don't think I've ever heard someone else say that on a podcast. I just mean like podcasts in general, not MCOC related. I'm talking about just across the entire spectrum of podcasts. I've never heard anyone do that before. That's the whole point of the podcast. You're supposed to talk, even if it is something you already talked about. You're not supposed to be like, yeah, I made a video about it. Stop watching this. Go watch the video. And I was like, oh, God. I just wanted someone else to talk. I didn't mean to do that. And there was like one other time, I forget though, but I feel like I'm the worst podcast guest ever. I never know when to talk, when to let other people talk, when to chime in. I can blab on for hours when I'm just here by myself, but that's the difference when there's other people around. I don't know when to talk and when to shut up and what to say. Anyway, B. Daniels, standing over Buck, saying that moment when you're getting ready to do content, Gauntlet, and one of your characters, 6-star Corvus, is in AQ. Oh, man. Rip, dude. At least it's pretty quick content, so you could probably just do it before AQ starts tomorrow or something like that. Or in a couple of days when AQ's over, but yeah, man. Been there. I think we've all been there. But what's up, B. Daniels? How you doing tonight, man? You're not the worst. You did great. Well, thanks, Dragon. It always feels that way, though. Oh, man. Where can I find these podcasts? Oh, they have them on, like, all the podcast places, I think. But there's a Discord that you should join, and then all that info is in there for you. The UMCOC Discord. BG, what would the 4th of July deals have to look like for you to spend your units? Not like, they just need 6 stones, really. I usually pick up the offers. Cyber Monday last year was an exception. It's pretty rare that I don't buy the offers, but 25 6 stones for 15,000 units? Yeah, that was the dumbest offer I've ever seen. That was terrible. Like, obviously, if you need the other stuff, the other components of that offer, it's not the worst offer, but I didn't need the other components to the offer. You know, it's most of the other stuff would have just ended up in my crystal stash, the stuff that I'm hoarding anyway because I can't really make use of it. So yeah, maybe it was a little bit of a different problem, but also a lot of, I mean, taking the other stuff into account, a lot of people said the offer wasn't good, period. But anyway, basically just need some 6 stones in there, a good amount. BG make a podcast with Lags and Seaton and Brutal. That'd be a fun conversation to have. Dr. Non-Skills saying over 10. Thank you, dude. Saying, just wanted to say thank you for telling me about Elgato. Finally got it to work. Nice, dude. For me, I had to remove the software, then had to download it to make it work. Thank you much. Okay, good, dude. Well, I'm glad you figured out. Yeah, like I said, man, it is... And remember that, because that will come up 6 months from now or a year from now. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to it, man. I swear it just pops up randomly. Sometimes I'll be good for like an entire year and a half, and then suddenly my sound is busted, and I have to remember, like, crap, what did I do to get it working last time? So, yeah, man, just remember that, because eventually it will happen to you again. But that's good. I'm glad you got it working, dude. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much for the 10. Really appreciate it. Poopa the Great and Noverbuck saying, sup, Grind Brant. Thanks for all the great content you have made. I watch your arena streams in the morning when I get ready for work. Question, what made you get into YouTube? Was MCOC your start? Poopa the Great. Great question. I would like to allow Dragon to take this one, as now she is part of the website team. So she's gonna have to field this one. No, I mean, really. So I've kind of always made videos. I'm usually not the person on screen, but like ever since CKY, which is basically the precursor to Jackass, you know, always found a way to grab a camera and film dumb stuff with friends. You know, when they tell you don't try this at home, and dude, the first thing I want to do is try this stuff at home, or more realistically, film my friends, because I was always pretty big coward when it comes to like, you know, like jumping off roofs and stuff like that. Which, in hindsight, I'm pretty happy that I was a coward with that stuff. I still end up breaking a few bones just through like BMX and skating and stuff. But anyway. So yeah, I mean, we're going way back. And then in World of Warcraft, back when it was at like the height of its popularity, right before I stopped playing, which was, I think, somewhere around like 2009 or something like that, I was actually, like, a buddy of mine and me, we were actually really good at the PvP in that game. And streaming back then was really difficult. Computers just couldn't handle it like they can today. So I actually streamed a couple of times on Justin TV, which eventually became Twitch TV, but it was called Justin TV before that. And I was like, I mean, this was cool that people were watching us play, because it was I was unable to make a video about this stuff too. Computer couldn't handle recording, but it felt like my computer was going to overheat and explode, so I never streamed again after those 2 times. I still think, man, like, you guys would have never known me, because or maybe not for MCOC at least. Maybe there'd be some people in here that played WoW that maybe would have known me. I don't know. But there was like 60 people watching us just play Arena, which for like a first stream, and for a time before Twitch existed, like, that was huge. So my life probably would have been entirely different. But anyway, so I've done a few things like that, but ultimately what started this channel, I wasn't looking to start a YouTube channel. I was looking to make a website, and I wanted to learn programming. That way I can make a video game. And I failed at making the website. I tried so hard. You guys don't even know. You can... I bet you there's so many people that just think I'm lying. But the amount of hours that I poured into trying to learn how to make this frickin' website. And it's not like the website was up and running. It was just that it was garbage. So I was trying to make a really good, a really high quality website. It's not like I needed Squarespace or something like that to get a website up. I was just trying to have like some good functioning tech in it, and I couldn't do it. But I was thinking like, man, how if I do have this awesome website, how am I going to tell people about it? I don't know. I guess I'll make a YouTube channel, and this way I can maybe get like a small amount of subscribers, and then they can tell their friends, and that's all I really need. So if I could just build up to like 1,000 subscribers, and then have some videos for updates about the site and stuff like that, then that'll be it. That'll be good. So the website was a failure. YouTube channel, it's pretty good. It's going pretty well. It seems like, at least. So that's the story right there. Probably a longer story than what you were asking for, but there's the full story. Mr. 87 and Overbuck saying, hello, Mr. Contest, back from my lap. When you chose a new phone, or choose a new phone, I highly suggest an Android. Not once has my game crashed while rocking with a Note 10 Plus. Also, I'm running low on full energy refills. Anyone know what quests I can farm to get some? I know Cam has a video about how he farms energy refills, so you could check out his channel. Crap, he changed his name recently. I think it's just like Cam MCOC or something like that. If you type that into YouTube, I'm sure it'll pop up. But he's got an energy refill video. I am not going to get an Android phone though. If I can test an Android phone and I can test the smoothness of the device, like the touch screen, just making sure it's just as good as the iPhone, then maybe I would consider getting an Android device. But the game crashes, that's something that Kabam has to fix. It's not really the device that is the problem. Maybe like temporarily, maybe it has something to do with iOS, but like they're going to fix it. It's something that they're actively fixing. So I'm not worried about that. What I'm much more worried about is the few Android devices that I have played this game on. The touchscreen has not been as responsive. Plus the new hardware in Apple products, their processors. Like, trust me, I'm not an Apple fanboy at all. This is the only Apple product I own, other than, well, I mean, I guess I have two phones now, and I guess this adapter that plugs into the Elgato is Apple, but that's it. I do not have any other Apple products whatsoever. Don't even have Apple TV or any of that stuff. But their processors, they're just better. They're just better than the Android ones. They're just more powerful. And yeah, you can see that in reviews. You can see that if you just like look up benchmarks and stuff like that. So I imagine like it doesn't really matter for MCOC, but if I ever did decide to play a different game or something like that, maybe it would matter there. Who knows? Apple's new M chips seem pretty interesting. Yeah, the M1 and soon to be M2. Hi PG, I have been inspired by you, and every day I watch your videos and live streams. You got me into MCOC. I'm currently in Act 5.2. Nice, man. Thank you for everything. Well, thank you for the kind words, dude. That's awesome, man. Been farming 5.3.6 for revives. It definitely has energy refills on a semi-consistent basis. Would recommend. Okay. How dare you, BG? How dare I what, Pixie Bell? He never will read my messages. He has a blind side in his computer that doesn't allow him to see my name. Well, what is this message that I'm supposed to be reading? The message is, uh-oh, Pooh about to start a tangent. Well, you were absolutely correct. I can't even find any other messages. Try getting a OnePlus or Samsung as smooth as an iPhone and a ton of customizability. I don't really care about customizability, to be honest. It's a great feature for people that are looking for it, but I don't really care about it. But I would love to try out those phones. The problem is it's not easy to try out those phones. For the longest I was saying that I would switch back to Android because I was on Android before I started playing this game. And for the longest I said, yeah, as soon as I'm done playing MCOC, I'm going to switch back to Android. I like their phones better, this and that. But as time went on, it feels like the technology in the iPhones, it just feels more advanced. Like I said, not a fanboy, but you can literally just check benchmarks for this stuff. Just look at it objectively. It's just more powerful, straight up. They're both super, I mean, they're both like overkill probably for anything that we're actually doing. So, you know, if you have an Android phone, there's no reason to take it personally or anything like that. But it's like, if I'm gonna buy one, I mean, I might as well get the more powerful one. Oh, actually, before I end that though, the one thing that I would really like, the one thing that would get me away from iPhone is if they take away the port, because there's always rumors that Apple's gonna get rid of all ports, right? They're gonna go completely wireless with all their stuff. I need a port to be able to stream. And then the other thing is, I really like the resolution on this phone, the aspect ratio. Most phones though, even on Android, every phone these days, they're all just going like wider and wider. And but if there was a phone that I can get on Android that did feel as good as iPhone and can keep this aspect ratio, so I can still have the streams like in the full frame here, rather than having it like stretched out and then have to fill in like a quarter of the, maybe not a quarter, but like a fifth or a sixth or something like that of the screen with just an image or something like that. I really don't like that. So if I could avoid that by switching to Android, I would. Sergio sending over a buck. Thank you, Sergio, saying, hey, BG, just dupe my 6-star cap Infinity. I have 120 generics and 40 science SIGs I can pump into them. Good idea. I could take him to rank 3, but I do have a 565 SIG 200. Well, first off, congrats, because I'd say it's a great pull. I would love to awaken my 6-star version of cap. As far as if that's a good idea or not, there's no content in the game, no like Everest style content like the Abyss or Gauntlet, or well, maybe Summer of Pain is going to be different, but as of right now, like the highest level content, there's no real need for a rank 3 cap. If you happen to just use cap regularly while questing or in war or something like that, then I think the investment's worth it. But if you're just looking at it as like, oh, this is a good champion, maybe I should take him to rank 3. I don't know. Like certain champions, their stock kind of goes up and down over time. I would say at one point in time, like Archangel's stock was super high in this game, super powerful. And then for a while, he kind of dropped off as there was just so many bleed immune champions introduced to the game. And then we just see this surge of power for Archangel again, where you know, he's once again like one of the most relevant champs, just shutting everything down, speeding through content, all that stuff. So it's possible that this could just be like a little bit of a down period for Cap, where like he's clearly not a bad champion. It's just for the highest level content in the game, he's often not the go-to choice. He's really good for the Cav monthly, this month's science Cav, but you also don't need a rank 3 for that. You know, like the 565 will crush that. It's just it's a hefty investment, all those sig stones. You know what I mean? Like, that would be my concern. I would actually take Cap to rank 3 and not toss sig stones into him, and just, if I ever needed him at like a higher sig, then I would do it, kind of thing. So whether it's worth it to you or not, I mean, that's something that you got to decide. But if it were me, I would not be so quick to invest everything into the champ, and I would I'd like to take him to rank 3 partially for prestige reasons, because he's a high prestige low sig level champ. But I would also like to rank him up just because he's a solid champ, but all those sigs, that's a tough one. While sigs are still difficult to come by, you know? But Sergio, thank you for the buck, dude. ABG, first time catching you at my time. Well, welcome, dude. Guys, 5-star Hulkbuster good. Yeah, man. Hulkbuster's a solid champ, absolutely. BG finally reached Grandmaster, but got wrecked in my initial try. Any advice? I became Cav 4 months ago. I made a full video breakdown. That fight is complicated. You really need a video guide for it if you're looking for advice on it. So, I made a full video on it. Other people have made full videos on it. You could, best bet is just checking those, really. What about that Lenovo gaming phone that's coming out? I don't trust anything that says gaming in the title. Is something geared more towards gaming just because they slap the word gaming in there? Sometimes. Sometimes it's just a marketing phrase that gets used. What makes a gaming chair a gaming chair versus a regular chair that you could use? What makes it a gaming phone? Actually, that one, I will say, I did see that one, and I kind of take back a little bit what I said. There is some nice, there are some nice, like, actually for gamer things for that phone, but they're not things that I need. But it is good how they have like a charging port on the bottom and the side of it. That way, like, however you're holding your phone, you could have the charging port in a comfortable position. That's nice. There's a couple other things that are nice about it, but honestly, there's no games out there that are like, oh, we could make our game better because this gaming phone exists. They don't optimize their games for that stuff. They optimize their games for the phones that people are using, the masses. Like, I don't need I think there might have been like a better, there might have been some sort of like streaming camera feature or something like that. But I also don't need that because I have a dedicated camera not attached to the phone, you know. So I think that phone is cool, but I also don't I don't need any of the features that it offers. What up, Rob? The Rob Von Raid saying, yo, BG, what would be your ideal order for new champs? Prestige, utility, damage, fun? Good question. Tough question to answer because I feel like when I have a limited number of resources, the champion almost has to tick more than one of those boxes, you know? Which is why, like, someone like Doom is so good for me. Namor is another one where he has super high prestige, but also very fun to play and great utility. So some of the newer champions who are like closer in that ballpark for higher prestige too. I'm definitely not like, I don't want to sacrifice everything for prestige. It's a really careful balance, and this is something that I'm still deciding honestly on Fraggle Rock here. I took him to rank 2, and I have a little bit more time to decide to take him to rank 3 or not. But he's just so bad. He's just not a good champion at all, man. I actually find him kind of fun to play in like a Realm of Legends setting, but as the second the opponent has access to a special 3, he's just not fun. This is a, you know what this is? You know what Thor's problem is? The developers. That's what his problem is, and I mean it. Like, okay, so here's the thing. You see he's the skill class, right? When Kabam designs these champions, they design the champions with like certain specific like class identifiers to them. And they very clearly made this guy a skill champion. And the problem is he can't gain any of the abilities of the other class types, or like very small amounts of them, or something like that. When honestly, I feel like they need to maybe flex a little bit to other roles that, and they do this sometimes. I'm not saying Kabam has never done this, but like this guy's a momentum-based champion. Except he doesn't have any tools to help his momentum, to allow him to continue to be so aggressive. And you might be thinking like, oh, but he's got a stun. That allows him to get more attacks in, right? Yeah, but then once the opponent gets a special 3, you're toast. It's over. GG. Like, he needs a way to prevent the opponent from gaining power, or have like a little bit of power steal, or something like that. And he doesn't even have that through synergy, to my knowledge, at least. They could have given something with his brother here, since he's a Mystic champion. Could have used some of Loki's tricks, maybe. And it just sucks that this guy could have been such a big character, but is pigeonholed by his class type. That's all there is to it. Anyway, that wasn't at all the question that you asked. That was nothing at all close to what you asked. But ideally I want champions that are a little bit of all of that. They don't necessarily need to be the top in any one of those areas, but because I have to invest every 6 stone I have into just one champion of that class type, with the exception for right now at least being Mystic, because I have, you know, 2 of them ranked up that I'm feeding 6 stones to. One of them's getting my generics, essentially. And until my generics are freed, then yeah, it's just one champion of each class type. So they ideally they cover a little bit more than just prestige. What's making me think that I'm just going to rank up Fraggle Rock though anyway is that the skill class for me is one of my least favorite classes in the game. I think it just is. I think it just is my least favorite class. There are some cool champions in the class type, but I just don't gravitate towards them naturally. I'm not calling them bad champions. It's just I really enjoy like the Mystic class, and skill is pretty opposite in terms of just like playstyle. So if I'm gonna sacrifice one class, it might as well be my least favorite. So he'll probably get ranked up regardless. God, my game's lagging way too hard. We gotta restart. BG, do you think when the Eternals eventually come to MCOC, rely on a full team synergy? I have no idea, man. It's all up to the devs. They could if they want. They could go the opposite direction. There's no real pattern to it, and I think that's because it's not just one character developer or champion designer for this game. It's there are several, and they each like to do their own thing, but then they each have like their own or slightly different patterns to the champs they make, and don't know. Petition to stop people from putting APOC with cable synergy in arena. I'd sign that petition. Whoops. Actually, I gotta do an energy dump. I was about to hit up some more arena, but let me do an energy dump here. Have I started uncollected? I haven't. Alright, fine. Today we're starting uncollected. PG, you grinding for 5-star War Machine? Making my run. No, I'm not going to. I would love to get War Machine, but this video needs to come out. This video that I'm working on, I have a fairly hard deadline for myself of about a week, about 8 days to be more specific. So I've missed deadlines before, so no guarantees, guys, but I'm really trying. I'm really giving everything I got to just make one high quality video this year at least. And then I can go back to slacking for a little bit and just have some fun playing games. But yeah, that means I'm not grinding for War Machine. I'll just have to hope to get him someplace else. Petition to eliminate all synergies in arena. I'd sign that too. Amissarius, hopefully I didn't mess up your name. Sending over 5. Thank you very much. Saying, hey BG, long time watcher, but don't comment much. Love your content. Well, thanks, man. I just pulled a 6-star Shang-Chi from a single featured cav. I'm so pumped, as you should be. Nice, dude. Congratulations. That is awesome. Good stuff, man. Thank you very much for the support and the kind words. Much appreciated, dude. I hope you have a blast with that Shang-Chi. What was I gonna say? I wish that I went for Shang-Chi. I mean, I couldn't have. But I wish I had Shang-Chi. I wish I had Shang-Chi because his prestige is close enough to Fraggle Rocks. He's a perfect example. It's close enough to Fraggle Rocks, where is it really gonna be a difference between who I rank up prestige-wise? No. But utility-wise and usefulness-wise, oh my goodness, night and day difference. Shang-Chi is awesome. Fraggle Rock is... So, I wish I had it myself. But that's the contest for you, man. There's always gonna be these champs that we're looking for. Part of what makes it fun. Brainster, what up, my man? What up, Julian? Gonna go cry in some dark corner. Chicken tender. About what? Glory, you have a mother effing 6-star deodorant? Rank 3 unawakened. That's a yes. PG, what's the worst character you hate to use in strength? Strength? Is that skill? My least favorite skill character... who would be my least favorite skill character? I don't really have one that I hate. Taskmaster. Probably my least favorite. I tried to like him. I was like, oh man, this is cool. This is a character that at the time when the champion launched, and still to this day, to some degree, he was a totally unique character. And I don't always want to play a totally unique character. Honestly, a lot of times I rather fight against like a ridiculous situation. Like put me in against the Grandmaster, who also borrows some abilities from Nameless Thanos, the Collector. Dude, just like combine all their abilities. I don't care. Give me the most ridiculous challenge that way. But like the character I want to control, I want them to be like a little bit more basic. That's what I usually like to play. But there are some times where I do look forward to playing champions that have a different style or different rotation to them. And oh, bro, you hate stealthy? What? Oh, that's true. I do hate stealth Spidey. Yeah, I changed my answer to stealth Spidey. I'm gonna continue with this with this tangent anyway. But that's true. I do hate stealth Spidey. But yeah, Taskmaster, when he first came out, I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll like this character. I kind of enjoy that he's just able to... how come that heavy didn't work? I kind of enjoy that he's just able to, you know, throw heavy attacks just into the opponent. Like, that's really cool. But he's just not... It's just not worth it. You know, you have some characters that they have a unique playstyle and they're bonkers. You know, I mean, Quake and Ghost, of course, they have to be the two most obvious examples of this. Oh, she's stun immune. Or something, okay. Right, so they're like two really obvious examples, and they break the game. They're they're literally game breaking. And then you have someone like Taskmaster who is so far from game breaking, and the juice just ain't worth the squeeze. Brian, I can't think of a skill champ I hate. Oh, Trashmaster. Also, Brian, I effing hate Stealth Spidey with the fury of 1,000 suns. It's true, I do. Yeah, Stealth Spidey's my real answer. Both champions, I think if they were altered just a little bit, I would not hate. Actually, I don't know if that's true for Stealth Spidey. His animations, that's not just a small alteration. Taskmaster would be. Taskmaster, literally, if they just buffed him a little bit, and then instead of copying a special, like instead of copying the opponent's specific special that they used, as in like if they throw their special 2, you also have to suddenly get to your special 2 or something like that. Stupid. I hate that. It takes the, it's again, like he's a momentum based champion, and now you have to stop your momentum just so you could bait out special ones so that you can copy those, because those are going to be easier to copy. If they just made it so that when you're mimicking what the opponent's doing, any special works against any special, that's all they had to do. Along with just buffing the champion's effectiveness just a little bit. You didn't need to be game breaking. But if they did both of those things, I probably would have loved that champion. And sometimes it's like sometimes that hurts more when there's a champion that you think that you would like, but you can tell there's just something a little bit off about the champ. And because there's something a little bit off, it hurts that much more. Where if there's a character that you just had zero desire to play, you don't really care if there's small things you dislike about the champ, right? Anyway, JHFLI08. Sending over a buck. Thank you, dude. I don't know how to say your name. But maybe I'll just say Jay. Thank you for the buck, dude. Saying, yo, BG, just opened an incursion crystal after playing with my brother and got CGR. Nice, man. Pretty hyped since I've been getting bad luck forever now. Love your content, by the way, Bean Man. Well, dude, shout out to you and your brother for helping you get that champ. Awesome. Congrats on the CGR, man. Good stuff. I was just saying on the podcast earlier that since Dragon was bragging that she's got both a 5 and 6 star ranked up, I actually don't have the 5-star CGR even, so that's a champ that I still need to get myself. But yeah, dude, congrats, and thank you very much for the buck. Statics and an overbucks. And I think if you need prestige and he helps out, rank him. He may even get a buff. If 6 stars follow 5 stars, he'll be top tier for prestige at rank 5. So prepare for that day. I'd rank Thor for that reason. I probably will be. And I'm fairly certain that the 5 stars and 6 stars have the same curves when it comes to prestige. So I'm pretty sure he is going to be top even when we move on to additional ranks. There are a couple of other factors. Again, I'm gonna talk about this more in a video, so I don't want to blab on too long about this, but there are a couple of factors. One being the PvP. We don't know what the solo competitive mode is exactly going to look like. Like, we've seen a bit of, like, they're going to be taking some elements from let's just sort by this way, I guess. They're going to be taking some elements from the Summoner Showdown that they did, right? But we don't know, like, the rewards. What sort of impact are those rewards going to have? How important is it going to be to have a wide roster of champions? If there's things like cooldowns on the champions that we use, stuff like that. So yeah, that's a big part of it, which also includes, like, when we take these champs to rank 4. Am I hurting myself not just at rank 3 but also at rank 4? I don't know. Is prestige going to be as important once we have another way to progress in this game, which is through that solo competitive mode? It might still be. I can guarantee you it's still going to be important, but I just mean, like, if there's a way to sacrifice a few points of prestige to gain a sizable advantage in the solo competitive mode, like, maybe that is worth it, you know? I mean, it took Phoenix to rank 5 for my alliance back when rank 5s were tough, but whatever. I took one for the team and moved on. Now I don't even think about it. Well, I did the exact same thing. Like, this is not my first time deciding about Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock was my profile picture for a while. Because I also took him up. I also took Phoenix up. Yeah, it's history repeating itself a little bit here with the Fraggle Rock thing. Like I said, I probably will rank him up. I'm just saying certain things to consider. EG, what's this podcast you speak of? The UMCOC podcast. You can join their Discord, the UMCOC Discord server, or you could just type in UMCOC podcast into Google, and I'm sure stuff will pop up because search engines, you know. It's not my podcast, but I've been on it like 2.5 times or something like that. So yeah. GG, what is the rework for the arena? Well, there was 3 champions reworked this month, like there has been for a bunch of the months, and the rework, instead of just putting one of the newly reworked champs in the arena, there's like a little bundle, a selector that you can win from the arenas and pick one of those 3. Someone in chat asked you to read his message because you are giving him a hard time. What? Giving who a hard time? Well, yeah, we had you on a few. I think I was only there as like an actual guest, like from start to finish. I think was that only once? There might have been a second one, I don't remember. But then I was there for a good chunk of this one, and the clip for your birthday one. UG, would you rank up or should I rank up my 6-star Guardian to rank 2? I'm going for Cav. Do you have 5 stars that you could rank up? Guardian is the type of champion that's hard to invest in as a 6-star, just because I think his signature ability adds a lot of value, and SIGs are pretty hard to come by. I don't know your other champions. Guardian is a solid champion, but most people would probably find more valuable rank ups just looking at their 5 stars. Don't pay attention to whether a champ has 5 or 6 stars. Just rank the best champ you got. BG, when a dev designs a champ, are they given a power limit to not exceed? Or they design a champ, think they are powerful, and turn out to be like Maw after 2 buffs? So, I don't have all the full inside scoop when it comes to champion designs, but I can tell you a little bit from what I've seen, my perspective. According to the designers, they try to make every champion valuable and desirable, and sometimes they just miss the mark. Just because of time limitations, where, you know, they're working on more than one character and things like that. And I mean, sometimes they miss the mark below what they were shooting for, and sometimes they shoot way above. And they try to avoid going way above, especially because they know, like, that just leads to power creep. If every champ was better than the one that came out before it, like, I mean, it wouldn't take long for this game to just spiral out of control. I think eventually the game did spiral out of control to some extent, but they're still doing their best to kind of, you know, make sure things don't get too crazy. Because they can't nerf champions. They know they can't nerf champs at this point. They've tried it a few times. It's never well received by the community. I think they've given up on nerfing champs. But yeah, so they try to make the champs powerful, but not too powerful. For the case of champions like Maw, well, I haven't played the new Maw. Some of my alliance mates have been telling me they love new Maw. So maybe he's not the most popular character, but there's definitely Maw fans in this game. I can tell you that much. Some people in my alliance have him at rank 3. They had him at rank 3 before the buff, just because of defense. And now, like, they're actually using the character and crushing certain fights with Maw. Like, I've seen the clips, so. But other champions, of course, like Diablo or something like that. I don't know. I think sometimes they do try to add a little bit of juice to certain characters, like Doom, just because he's Doom, or Apocalypse, or Professor X, or something like that. But even then, the people who've been playing this game the longest, they know even the most popular of characters, some of the most strongest entities in all of Marvel, sometimes they end up being duds, or just, maybe not duds, but far lower in terms of power than what anyone would expect. So, usually 2 questions. Have you done all the side quests yet? Haven't started it. And when does it reset? Because you may want to go through all them before it does. Yeah, I'm kind of confused on that myself. So I'm gonna do that after stream, and I'm gonna record it, and I'm just gonna, like, record it each week and then just upload the results as a nice video. It feels like it's too quick to stream, but I know there's gonna be people interested in what I get for the results, so I want to put it on YouTube in some way. I think that's probably the best way. They nerf champs by implementing nodes to counteract them in future content. It's not the same. Not even close. If it were that easy for them to do, then I mean, they could do that for certain champions, but they certainly can't do that for all champions. They can't just stick armor break on every single node in the game. You know what I mean? They can't put true strike on every single node in the game. And I think it's a poor way to balance the game. And I really wish nerfs were possible. I get why they're not, and I get how everyone would lose their mind if they were possible. And I also get, like, there's certain there's nerfs that I don't like either. It's not that every nerf is good in my eyes. The changes they made to Namor, I don't think they were justified. I think Namor is still a good champion. And it's not the end of the world like what they adjusted for him. But I also think it wasn't even necessary in the first place. Unless that was the starting point. That's the only way I could possibly see any sort of justification for that, is like they toned Namor down just slightly, and maybe they were just testing the waters, and then some of the champs that already blow Namor out of the water, if they brought those champs down in level 2, that's the only reason I could see to justify that nerf to Namor. Today I followed your going live stream. I had the identical champs as you and star levels. Thanks so much. After clearing, I opened 6-star Surfer. Nice, dude. Congrats on your Surfer. Good stuff. I find it funny because some of the best champs are niche villains, being Ghost and Corvus. Yeah. I have Sentinel and Starkey as tech 5 stars, and for 6 stars I have Punisher 2099, Infinity Man and Guardian. Anyone rank up worthy? Yeah. So crap, did you say you were Cav already or going for Cav? I think you said you were going for Cav. So I would say Sentinel is gonna be your best bet. Hopefully your Sentinel's awakened. That'll make him much better. If he's not awakened, I think Stark's Spidey overall may be better. But here's the thing about going for Cav. One of the most difficult fights that you'll come across is the Crossbones Boss, 6.1.5, and Sentinel handles that fight very well. He's got poison immunity, so he's not affected by the poison node. He has heal block that you can spam with your special one, although it will get shrugged off at times because you're fighting Crossbones. You're still able to spam it enough that that'll help you through the fight as well. He's also bleed immune for the biohazard Sentinel that you're gonna come across, and just immunities in general are just nice. Next level, Basement, comes out on Wednesday. It's not a reset, that's why they say you can finish it all up in week 5. That makes sense. I still am gonna just do that later on tonight and record it. But it does make sense the way you're saying it. I remember Namor's release being crazy hyped, like he was the end-all be-all of champs. Yeah, I remember Cam was new to the CCP at that time. I think he was in the CCP. I remember Cam saying like, "Oh, Namor is not as good as everyone's saying," and stuff like that. I think he was trying. So like, here's the thing. The CCP had recently just got a whole bunch of flack because we overhyped Proxima. But it's not like we were trying to overhype her to sell crystals, which is like the perception that people had. Which is the perception that I'm sure some people still have, as if we get a cut of the crystals or something like that. But yeah, we accidentally overhyped Proxima because we only had like a day to play her before we could make content, and we were excited. We were genuinely excited about the ridiculousness of just single special 3 taking down a champion in Realm of Legends with a 4-star version of the champ. But then like Cam, I think he was fearful of the same thing happening, and for a while he really did not want champs to be overhyped at all. So like every single champ was like, let me just focus on all the crappy features of this champion. You know, just really trying to counteract any kind of hype. Which I love Cam. It sounds like I'm trashing him right now. I love Cam. Cam is awesome. But I think early on he just had this mindset of like, yeah, that's he's just gonna be a little bit heavy-handed on the negatives. Whereas today I feel like he's more objective with positives and negatives, and just like straight down the middle, he'll tell you just the truth about the champ. And you know, I mean, we all try to tell you the truth about the champ, but still he does it a very objective way. But anyway, I remember when Namor came out, he was like, yeah, this champ's not going to change anything, no one's ever going to use Namor. And like now we have a ton of mutants, so you don't see Namor used a ton. But at the time, dude, a ton of people were using Namor. He's still one of the highest prestige champions too, and just in general, like I was using that guy in Alliance War, a bunch of other Alliance mates using Namor in Alliance War. The champ is getting used a ton. I would still love to pull a 6-star version of Namor. I would absolutely love it. I would switch over my generics and put them into Namor rather than Doom. Maybe they did think he was going to force more power creep than intended. Possibly. Potentially. I still think his Awaken ability was probably a bad call. But they seem to, like... At this point, it's not a bad call. What I mean is it's 100%. I think all or nothing is where they screwed up in this game. Like, obviously the game's still good, so I'm not trying to say like, oh, game over because of the way it was designed. But for me personally, at least, I would have preferred if they stayed away from certain 100% abilities. Like you want something like Falcon. I think it's good that Falcon has a 100% chance to turn off defensive abilities, but you have to activate that. So you can't have it up 100% of the time. You know, so you can still have abilities that have a 100% chance. It's just you have to be careful with them. Whereas Namor, this, as long as you're attacking, which technically, yeah, is not 100% of the time, because sometimes we're getting punched in the face. But a lot of times we're trying to avoid that. So as long as you're attacking, you reduce damage from all sources by 100%. It hasn't caused too many problems just because there's already far more busted champions in this game, which is why I don't think at this point this is a problem. But if those other busted champs didn't exist, like, then I also don't think that ability should have existed the way it did. Grotesque, what's up, dude? Long time no see. Send it over 20 though. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. How you been? Or maybe I have seen you in the chat, and maybe I've been missing all of your messages. That could be possible. But dude, thank you so much for the 20. Thank you, man. Very kind of you. But yeah, just going back to the tangent I was just on for a moment. Kabam, I think they agreed, because that's why they added diminishing returns in the first place, where they took away the ability to get to 100% block proficiency. But then they ended up just saying, forget diminishing returns, certain champs are going to have guaranteed crits, and hey, now Gambit's going to have this 100% perfect block. they spread things out a little bit more, but they kind of threw the idea of diminishing returns and balance into the toilet. Brian, how's it going? Just thinking about getting back into the game and ranking up my 5-star Magneto. What are your thoughts? Magneto is insane, dude. Very much so worth ranking up. He's a beast. You should absolutely rank up Magneto. Everybody needs a ranked up Magneto in their life. Or two. Herald of Nuns sending over a £1. Thank you very much. I don't see a message from you. But I certainly appreciate the £1, dude. Thank you very much. Oh, wait, here we go. Hey, BG, you may ask how far you got in your Realm of Legends autofight potion farming experiment, please. Result on the best/longest surviving champ. Longtime viewer, superb content as always. Much love from the UK. I can't tell you only because that's the video that I'm trying to finish up right now. And hopefully in 7 or 8 days, it'll just be posted and you could see it all. So yeah, I'm working on it. I'm not trying to keep the info to myself other than I want it to be in a high quality video. It's just taking me way longer than expected because there's some things I had to learn, and yeah, you'll see when the video's live. Basically every once in a while I really try to learn some new techniques, up my game, and learn things that I can carry over into the future. And this was the video I decided to turn into a school project, basically. So yeah, it should be good though. But yeah, dude, thank you very much for the £1. I really hope I'm not overhyping it too much, because like I said too, it'll be high quality for me, all right? But in this day and age where, dude, like, there's Hollywood movie style productions for remakes of the Karate Kid in a TV show, like, I stand no chance. You know, but compared to my other videos, at least, it'll look high quality. Maybe just give us a trailer teaser of sorts. Nah, man, it doesn't really work that way. I just got to put out the whole video. Give me a few more days. Would have been cool if champs had individual stats like bleed resist, poison resist, armor, etc. on a scale. Cloud of Contempt, that's what I would have loved to see myself. I still don't know if that would have made the game more successful, like universally loved, if more people would be playing the game type of thing, but I do think it would have made for a better game, for me personally. If champions just in their stat page, and like, you'd have to be careful not to overdo it, because you could very easily overdo it, but like in this stat page here, and it would be done like with more than just text. You could have like a little graph showing the different stats and stuff like that, but they could have had like different resist stats. And yeah, I personally would have loved to see that. And you can, like, the thing about resist is it naturally incentivizes you to go for higher level champions, because if you think about like the way willpower works, like willpower, it doesn't always balance out when you're suffering from like a bleed or a poison, right? But the higher level your character is, the more healing you get, and it helps to balance that out. So like, it's just another way to further push you to like 6 stars or eventual 7 stars whenever that happens, without needing to necessarily gate them off. It also would allow players to benefit from these things in other ways, kind of how like Mephisto has the incinerate resistance, but he just gains a different benefit. I think it would have made the game more. It would have just added another level of strategy to the game, more depth, which is not always good. Like I said, sometimes the simplest games are the most fun games, at least in terms of like for the masses. You know, how do you get the most people to play your game? Well, you can't make it too deep. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of depth to Pong, right? Bad example. Terrible examples. Trying to think of a classic game. I was thinking like Pac-Man. It's like, nah, man, Pac-Man's pretty in depth though, man. You got the power pelts and you eat the ghosts. Anyway. The real Italian stallion is Chef Boyardee. Clobbering time. Truer words have never been spoken. With the amount of abilities nowadays, though, those stats would probably be overkill. Potentially. Maybe. I think the abilities are overkill to begin with. I think there's already too much. Certain characters are fine. Like Kingpin, his description is still fairly condensed. This is still fairly condensed by today's standards. But then you have other characters like, let's see, what's the newest character that just hit the game? Let's pull Purgatory up. There we go. We're about halfway through our abilities now. Oh no, never mind. I was looking at the scroll bar. It's a little bit deceiving. You see on like the side, on the right side. Anyway, there's a lot in here, man. And she's probably not even the biggest offender, but there's a lot in here. See, I think if they took some of that out and they added the depth in other ways, like there's ways to. Okay, so even just doing something like this, though, I will give credit. How they color code like the different class types in here and stuff like that. This way, when you want some info, you can more easily find it. If you want to just memorize all of her abilities, well, you're still just as screwed. But if you just want to like narrow in on something, it's easier to find it, right? Well, they could have done the same thing where like just taking some of this text away, taking some of this depth away from the game, and just putting it somewhere else and having just a nice like little resistance graph here or something like that. It's easier information to look at. So it's like depth that is more digestible, in my opinion. It's overkill, some of these characters. Anyway, Anthony, 705. Anthony. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Sorry, finish the gauntlet. Next is 6-star was New Hela, Awakening Colossus, and New Miles Morales. Picked, betting on the future buff Justice. Okay. Yeah, man, I'd say that's a good pick. Worst case scenario, if Miles is not great, well, at least you already had Colossus. You know what I mean? He'll get Awakened at some point. But if it was the other way around, where it was like, dude, Miles is the new Magneto, and you passed on the new Magneto, like, oh, you'd be kicking yourself forever, right? So that was the way to go. Congrats, though, dude. Congrats. I don't know the full abilities of all my rank 5s. Full-on books for abilities. Yeah. Well, Like, the thing is, there's 200 champions in this game. If it was just a dozen champions in total, it'd be fine. But there's characters that I used to know their abilities really well, and I don't anymore. Namor is one of them, where it's like I have a pretty good idea of how Namor works. I didn't have to reread his abilities when I played him for the Gauntlet, but I bet you if I reread his abilities, I'd find something in there that I was like, oh, I forgot that that's how this interaction works, you know? There's plenty of characters like that where I just, like, I need a refresher course before I can go back to playing them. Characters that I played for a long time. I feel like it's Kabam's way of trying to make the new characters interesting without just strictly making them stronger. It's not power creep, but ability creep. You know, just instead of 3 abilities, this next generation has 4. The generation after that has 5, you know? That's what it feels like is happening. I don't know if that was an intentional thing that Kabam sat down and that's what they decided, or if that was just the devs just trying to be creative and wanting to squeeze as many little bits from the comics they found into the kits or whatever, but that's what it feels like. Forgot about Killmonger's attack boost on Sig. I don't know how it works, but I remember that being the scaling factor in his Sig was the increase of attack. I think there might be 2 parts to it, right? That scale. Forgot Incinerates give Namor Outrage. Do they? I know Bleeds do, I think. I forgot about Incinerates too, though. Sooner or later, you're going to need a college course in all the champs. Dude, yeah. Like, there's going to be... Courses are going to open up. Like, Kabam is Vancouver-based, so maybe one of the schools in Vancouver. You're going to get college credits just for studying all these characters. Like, think about a game like Pokemon. There's clearly more Pokemon than there are champions, but not in the first generation, so I feel like they're at least somewhat comparable games. But if you think about the depth in Pokemon versus this game, the depth in Pokemon, like, there's a lot of nuance to it, like a lot of little things that you don't really need to know unless you want to be the Pokemon master, like a tournament winner level player, where it's like, okay, I need to know the base stats for this Pokemon and how to breed them to get even higher base stat or whatever. Like, but none of that stuff really matters to the average player of the game. Whereas the average player of MCOC, dude, you better know how this stuff works or else it's gonna cost you. Like, there's a real cost to it. Because if you go through a new quest and you don't know how this defender's abilities works, that's going to cost you units. And if you don't have the resources on hand or the units, well, then it's going to cost you money. It's cool. Like, I like that it matters. I like that knowing these things about these characters actually does matter. But at a certain point, yeah, it does get out of hand. What do you think of the new champ, Purgatory? I haven't played her. I've only heard mediocre things about the character, unfortunately. Maybe not only, not exclusively, but the majority of what I've heard about the character is just fairly mediocre feeling. Which is unfortunate, dude. If I had to put money on it, I would have lost money. This is why I don't bet. Because think about Guillotine, Guillotine 2089, Morningstar. I said them out of order, but still, whatever. That whole character arc of characters, whatever. All of those champions are really good. Like, classic Guillotine, by today's standards, is not good. But when she was first released, she had a very clear purpose in the game. And she was very good for her time. So this is like the first miss of this cluster of characters. And I would have just put money on it. Like, no, this character is going to be good. This is a very important character to the story of MCOC. They're not going to mess this one up. Which, again, I still haven't played the character for myself, so I don't necessarily want to be too harsh on the champion until I get first-hand experience. Because who knows, maybe I'll end up really liking the champion or something like that, but more than likely, I won't. Eric Nelson sent over another buck saying, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Dun, 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 dun. What a great song, man. So simple, and yet so great at the same time. Thank you, dude. David Villa sending over buck as well, saying, well, AQ just ruined the living crap out of my night. Oh, no. Dying to a Jubilee I would never die to. My whole mood's killed. How's your night going? Well, I hate to tell you I'm having a great night after hearing your night's not going so well, but just going to be honest with you, I'm feeling good tonight, man. Doing what I like to do. Talking about the game. Getting my grind on. Feeling good. Bummer about your AQ experience, though. Hopefully you're able to bounce back and it doesn't ruin tomorrow for you, too. But thank you for the buck, dude. Is he still talking? Pixie Bell, I'm never going to shut up. Deal with it. Can you open a 6-star? Not right now, no. He will open a 6-star when he grows hair. Wow. Wow. Really, Pixie Bell? Do you have your Masteries posted somewhere? I have several Mastery videos. Yeah. If you go to Aunt May... I mean, I could just show you my Masteries right now, too, but this is always a good place to check whenever I'm running Suicide Masteries. If you go to the Mastery Builder, there's actually a link at the bottom of this page that takes you to a video that I posted at this point a little over a year ago, but the Masteries have not changed. And I'm using, I posted, in this video, there's like 5 different Suicide Mastery variants. And I'm using the Mystic Dispersion plus Suicides variant at the moment. Speed up D. Sending over buck. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm gonna stop now. Say it. I love you. Speed up, D. Appreciate the love and support as always, dude. Thank you, man. Costing Slugberg money, BG. I know. I am costing him money. I totally am. I'll show my current mastery build though, so you don't actually have to go to those links. Sorry I didn't just do that first, but I just wanted you to know where you could find that info. It doesn't show all of my mastery builds, just the suicide based ones. But this is what I'm running currently. When the Alliance War season is on, I don't run suicides during the season. Your masteries, they're really just They're a way to enhance your champions. So everyone's mastery build should be different. There's of course going to be similarities, just like there are similarities in the top champions that players run. And I mean, hell, there's only so many options in these masteries. So of course there's going to be some similar setups, but yeah. If you're newer to the game, it's also worth noting I do have a beginner and intermediate mastery guide that does not include the suicide masteries because these are quite expensive. Definitely something that is worth investing in the long run, but far from what you need as a newer player to the game. And if you want to watch that video, just type into YouTube MCOC beginner and intermediate masteries and it should pop right up. Sorry, I don't know if you guys could hear that. There's a hair on my mic. I don't even know where that came from. Anyway, Imbalanced, sending over Buck. Thank you, dude. Saying, remember a little back, you were contemplating opening up calves for gold or something to that effect? Yeah. Have you given any more consideration to the dark side and crystal popping? It's something that I'm always considering. So right now I have 16 million gold, and I'm okay. But if the gold ever did get down really low, then yeah, I would start maybe popping open some more calves. I don't think they're the best way to get gold in this game, but of course that is a way to get gold, is spend units, open crystals, sell ISO. So if it ever came down to it and I did have a shortage of gold, I would slowly, maybe like once a month, pop calves for a character that I would like to get or something like that, you know. But right now I seem to be doing okay, and it's one of the reasons that I do try to be more cautious with my gold crystals and stuff like that, because I do have a bunch of gold crystals that I'm trying my best to wait until. I actually have a lot more of these crystals than I thought. Holy crap. I'm trying my best to wait until like the gold boost is on, because yeah, I could run out of gold, just depending on how many rewards we get and how many champions I have to rank up. Like technically I would be at 0 gold if I popped open all of my catalysts and started taking as many champs as possible to rank 3. I'd probably be at about 0 gold, but then these crystals save me. I'm just trying to get a feel. So these have a minimum of 15,000 gold in them. So just this batch of 805 has a minimum of 12 million gold. Wow. So yeah, I likely don't have to pop open calves for gold anytime soon. So that's 12 million gold. And then if I pop those open during the gold boost, that's a little over 2 million bonus gold that I get. And because I try to do that pretty much every year, the amount of extra gold that I have just from the gold boost has kept me from having to buy calves for gold. Jay sending over another buck. Yeah, I'm just going to say Jay if you don't mind. Saying, oh, you can call me Jay. Oh, perfect. Speed up D, super chats always get me. May I ask, how did it start? Much like anything in life, I couldn't even tell you, man. I don't know. I don't know. There was just something about Speed Up D. The way he sends over super chat and his only message is "I love you," and it started small and just kept going like a little bit more each time. And yeah. I don't really know. You know what? Actually, it's starting to get a little bit late. I'm just gonna pop open some crystals. Yeah, I don't really know. How long has Speed Up D even been sending over super chats? Maybe. God, I feel like maybe it started during one of my week challenges. Maybe the Unzo one. Could that be it? So maybe like 8 months or something like that. It's been a slow build up. got like 5 of these crystals tonight, though. Meh, this virus ain't poop. I've nearly died multiple times in my life and been in much scary situations, but thanks for the moral support. Well, that's good, Hunter. It started small and kept going a little bit more. Middle school BG. Oh my goodness. Probably longer than you remember? Probably. Yeah. BG, you're going to do a new account challenge this month. I have to look at the side quest still. We'll see. Thought that was going to be some units. Wasn't paying attention. Do we actually exist, BG, or is it just our minds telling us we do? I mean, our brains created existence and the idea of it. Yeah, we exist. If we didn't exist, then how could beans exist? I bean, therefore I am. The great philosopher Venom the Ducrates. BG completed Gauntlet, went all Mystic for Tier 5 Class Catalyst. Okay. Claire and Sorcerer Supreme going to rank 3. Nice, dude. Awesome rank 3s. Come on, let me get some units. Please. Had to spend a lot of units recently. Guild. That's what I'm saying at Zach. Hold on, what did I miss? You need to start going big head for speed up these super shots. Oh yeah. Easy's been saying that for like a couple weeks now or something like that. I don't know. Maybe one day. You need to marry Speed Up D now, BG. I think Laura would have a problem with that. I think she likes that our love is... Listen, you could love without marrying, you know? Like, I've never married pizza before, but I've made love to pizza plenty of times. BG, my daughter has started watching Psych with me. Yes. What is the Man Loves Bean episode? She wants to know. That is the Old Sonora episode. The Wild Wild West episode. Yeah. There's actually a few references to beans. I thought about taking even more bean clips, but nah, one's probably good enough. It's funny when you watch the episode, because I watched it not that long ago. I don't remember, like a few months or something ago again. And when you're watching the episode, it almost sounds like it's not even Gus saying it anymore, because Gus is the one who says it. But it's like it takes you out of the episode completely. You're just like, what the hell? Where did that come from? That couldn't have been from this show. No way. It's ridiculous. You've done what? Pixie Bow with the barf face. Oh my god. Oh man. Brian White Goodman Grant, do you shove pizza down your pants like our favorite gym owner? Oh man. Dude, I was like, what is that reference? I know that reference, but I don't remember it. But okay, that was from Dodgeball. Got it. Man, I haven't seen that movie in forever. I remember watching that movie on a bus one time. Going to some mountain for a ski trip. It's a bus full of kids watching Dodgeball. Good times. Night Hollywood. Good night, Dragon Dagger. Psych tangents at the end of the stream are the worst because I never know what the F anyone is talking about. Well, maybe you should have watched the show. It's not on us. It's on you. But all right, anyway, on that note, is Abido... Is this internet back? not back. I also don't see Falstaff on, so no raid tonight. But I will still give a shout out to Grotesque for being tonight's biggest D. I double checked a little while ago to see if there was ever any message. There was still no message. But Grotesque, thank you, dude. Which doesn't surprise me because you used to never send over messages anyway. Whoops. You guys might have heard a Windows ding just now. Yeah, thank you, dude. Thank you to everyone else. The support, as always. I thank you guys very much. And just for hanging out in general. Making these nights fun. I'll be back. Abido was busy buying revives by the dozen last time I checked. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow normal time. Probably with a fresh rank 3 and yeah. I'll see you guys then. Good night, everybody. PG, any tips in MCOC? On that note, hold on. I'm going to give all the tips that I've got before I end this stream. Strap in, everybody. Here we go. Good night. Yeah, I've got tips, but sorry, man. Ending the stream right now. Come back tomorrow, and we'll try to get you started on the right path. Night, though, everybody.